Hey guys, today we are going to unbox a Final Fantasy statue. This one specifically comes from the FF9 game. So we have Dagger or Garnet's weapon here. We have the name of the studio, another weapon, studio name, and I believe this is the FF9 logo, but I could be wrong on the top. Anyway, it's a fairly small box since this line is all museum type statues anyway, very small. Okay, there you go. We actually have the logo of the studio here on the straps. This should be maybe a little straightforward to assemble since there's gonna be just a few pieces. Okay, the base is not here, it's here below. I actually really like the paint. It looks like that it's marble. Anyway, I actually got a very low edition size. I got number 3 out of 135. Good paint job, I'd say. We have one of the weapon and it is directly attached to the right arm. And what do we have here? We have a closed fist left arm. Going back to the first layer, let's take out Garnet's full body. Okay, so everything, it almost came in one piece. The strap is breakable, I'd say. Nice leather textures. The foot does have a key and peg, which goes to the base. Easy enough. Let's check here. We have the stand for its plate. We have a pendant thing. I think this will go to the weapon or maybe the character actually. What else is here? Oh, this is new. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's for the portrait because it does have 2 portraits. Okay, so when you start playing FF9, as I recall, I think Garnet is a princess and you would start playing her with long hair. Then along the game, when he meets Zidane, she would choose to cut her hair and then change her name to Dagger. So we have here the second right arm. The weapon here is actually quite big. And so that's how this statue goes. I think I like this better than this one. This looks a little bit too dull with all the whites. Oh wait, I forgot. So the plate or the card thing is here. And I believe this is the first time they added a stand for the portrait. It looks a little silly because it's like you have a beheaded character right beside it. Anyway, we have completely assembled FF9 Garnet or Dagger. So this is my third Final Fantasy 9 character. It's Princess Garnet or Dagger. And this is currently the configuration I am going for. So the concept is a museum type statue like the rest of the line. I appreciate the much smaller base this comes with. It has a diameter of 11.5 inches and the statue height is around 19 inches tall. Freya was around 13.5 inches in diameter and I'm not even gonna talk about Zidane. The first character of the line is Vivi, which I don't have and I don't know the dimensions of that. Anyway, definitely love the much smaller base. Besides that, I love the concept of the base as well. It's like a marble type of base with a pink tile on the top with some unknown characters. There's also this white tile with an angel design on it. I can't recall where this comes from, unfortunately. The statue does come with 2 weapon switch outs for the right arm, and the one I have on I would believe is her final or ultimate weapon, with the smaller one as her beginner or first weapon. The statue also comes with 2 portraits, the long hair one which I have on is when she is still known as Princess Garnet at the early stages of the game, while the shorter hair is called Dagger when she decided to cut them off and be known as Zidane's weapon type, which is Dagger. She also has a necklace and pendant which I believe would be mixed media, but it's not a big deal. And lastly is it came with this very odd looking headstand which honestly looks like a to me. It's also the very first time the studio included something like this. I appreciate the effort a lot of adding something like this, but I think it should be at least like her upper body, so it would look like a small quarter scale bust, and it will also be presentable. Others might like this, but I'm definitely putting this back in the box. As for the sculpt, gotta say it looks awesome. You see lots of textures and details on the base, making it look like stone or marble. Leather type textures on the boots, gloves, and the straps on her leg. No textures on the orange parts of her suit. Her white blouse though does have some cloth-like textures. The portrait also does have her likeness in the game. Gotta say, I love the hair sculpt a lot. Lots of layers, yet thick enough for me not to worry about them breaking. Moving on to the paint, again, no problem there. Besides the chip I have seen on the hair clip at the back, and as well as her hair actually. Those chip came in when I unboxed it, so it will most likely be just a problem with my unit. The base looks really good. So far, besides the size, this is my favorite paint-wise versus the others on the line. Not really a fan of the colors of her first weapon, which is this one. It's not the studio's fault. It's just so happen it looks really dull and it just looks like this. It looks very toyish too in my opinion. So definitely opting for the bigger one. So before everything else, I'd like to mention that I really hate walking poses as I believe they are very prone to leaning over time. Actually, if you look closely to the right foot at the back, it isn't touching the base. It might though in the future. And one last thing is the statue is very heavy towards the right side as the weapon is a bit on the heavy side and is actually quite big. This might cause leaning over time in my opinion. I don't know if the current iron rod inside her leg will be enough to support this. I don't know if there are other iron rods inside her leg or body to prevent leaning, and I don't know how hollow the statue is. But I will definitely be adding some styro under the weapon here just to prevent her from leaning towards her right. So with all that said, I'd rate this statue an 8. It's currently my favorite FF9 statue for sure. Very nice sculpt and paint, doesn't take much space, and of course, beautiful portrait. Thanks for watching till then. This is Carl and see you in the next one.